Here we will discuss cross tabulation. What does cross tabulation mean? Cross tabulation is presentation of data when there are two or more variables in the data, and we tabulate the data according to categories of these variables. There may be two or more variables, and these variables are categorized in the form of rows and columns. This is called as cross tabulation. It can be two-way tabulation. It can be three-way, four-way, five-way, so on, depending upon the number of variables. If number of variables are two, then this will be two-way tabulation. It is also called as bivariate cross tabulation. In this case, number of variables are two. For example, if we categorize the purchase of fashion clothing by marital status, then this is a two-way cross tabulation. Purchase of fashion clothing has two categories, high and low, and marital status. It is also categorized into two categories, married and unmarried. And here 31% of people, they are married and have high purchase of fashion clothing, and 69% married people have low purchase of fashion clothing. 52% unmarried people have high purchase of fashion clothing, and 48% unmarried people have low purchase of fashion clothing. This is another example in which foreign language and sports data related to knowledge of foreign language and playing habits regarding sports, they are taken from the 15 students. And data is like that. The students who have learned the foreign language, they are 37. Students who play sports, they are 24. And students who play sport as well as they have knowledge of foreign language, they are 14. And students who do not play sports and have knowledge of foreign language, they are 3. And we can categorize this data in the form of table like this. Firstly, we will take two categories of sport habits, that is students play sport and do not play sport. Then students have knowledge of foreign language, or they take foreign language as a subject, they do not take foreign language as a subject. And 14 students are who take foreign language as a subject and they also play sport. 23 students are who have taken foreign language as a subject and they do not play sport. Total is 37. That means 37 students, they take foreign language, and out of which 14 are having sports as well as foreign language. That is this 14. Rest we can calculate. 37 minus 14, this is 23. Similarly, this is given that 24 students play sport, and this can be calculated 10 by subtracting 14 from this 24. 10 is number of students who do not take foreign language but play sport. Then this can be calculated. This is given 3, that 3 students are who do not play sport and they do not take foreign language. They do not take foreign language. These are 3. Total is 13. And this can be calculated 37 plus 13, 50, and 23 plus 3, 26. Then three-way tabulation or three-way table in which there are 3 categories. This is the example of three-way tabulation. In this, we have taken purchase of fashion clothing, gender, and marital status. These 3 variables are taken, and according to these categories, data is put into form of rows and columns. Purchase of fashion clothing, it can be high or low. Again, same. Gender can be male or female, and marital status is married and unmarried. Firstly, under the category male, we have taken married and unmarried. Then under the category female, we have taken married and unmarried. And this is the classification of data. 35% people who are married and have high purchase of clothing fashion. Similarly, 40% are persons who have high purchase of fashion clothing but unmarried male, right? And 65%, this is percentage for the married male, that is categorized into 35% and 45% according to purchase of clothing. Similarly, this unmarried male, they are categorized into high and low purchase of fashion clothing. Married female, they are categorized into high and low, 25% and 75%. That is, this percentage is out of married female, and this is out of unmarried female. Therefore, this column total is 100, right? Then higher order tables. Similarly, we can also formulate higher order tables. It can be 4-way, 5-way, 6-way. So this is the example of 4-way table. In this, we have taken 4 categories: purchase of fashion clothing, marital status, and income group. And the 4th one is gender. Under gender, we have taken 2 categories, male and female. And marital status, it has also 2 categories, married and unmarried. Income group is categorized into high and low. Similarly, purchase of fashion clothing, that is also categorized into high and low, as we have taken in the previous example. This is the number of students. 5 students are who are married, male, and high belongs to high income group and have high purchase of fashion clothing. 8 are the male married students who belong to high income group but have low purchase of fashion clothing. Similarly, the six are unmarried male who belong to high income group and have high purchase of fashion clothing. 4 are male who are unmarried and belong to high income group, have low purchase of fashion clothing. Similarly, we can interpret the whole table. These are the various statistics associated with cross tabulation. First one is chi-square. Chi-square statistics is, it is used to test the significance of difference between observed and expected values. This is observed frequencies minus expected frequencies divided by expected frequencies square. Then summation of this is equal to chi-square. Then expected frequencies can be calculated as rows total into columns total divided by total number of values. Like this, in this table, for 5, we can calculate expected frequencies as 15 into 15 divided by 30. That is 7.5. For 10, we can calculate 15 into 15 divided by 30. In this table, it is by chance that row total and column total are same. Even all total for all the rows and all the columns is also that is also same. It can vary also, like that. If I let it be, I take it as 5, 12, it is 17. Then let it be 10, 3, 13. Now for this 5, frequencies will be 15 into 17 divided by 30. You can calculate this, whatever be the value. Then for this 12, it will be 15 into 17 divided by 30. Again same. Because this total is same. 10 and 5, 15, 12 and 3, 15. 15 into 17 divided by 30. For 10, this is 15 into 13 divided by 30. And for this, 15 into 13 divided by 30. You can calculate this. Then you calculate observed minus expected frequencies. Observed minus expected frequencies. Like I'm taking the previous example now. This I have shown just to explain you or clear you that how the calculations are actually done, because all the values were same. So it may create confusion to you. That's why I have changed the values to explain you the details. Now Now this is 5 minus 7.5 divided by 7.5 square. 10 minus 7.5 divided by 7.5 square. 10 minus 7.5 square divided by 7.5. O minus E square divided by E. Firstly, you will calculate the difference, then square, then divide it by expected frequency. 10 minus 7.5 square divided by 7.5. Then 10 minus 7.5 square divided by 7.5. 5 minus 7.5 square divided by 7.5. This will be the answer for chi-square 3.33. Then phi coefficient, it is used as measure of strength of the association. It can be calculated by taking square root of ratio of chi-square to number of values. If it comes out to be 0, then there is no association. If it comes out to be 1, then protect value near to 1 becomes strong, and value near to 0 shows low association, low strength of association. Contingency coefficient, it can be used in 2 by 2 table, and it is also used to assess the strength of association. Its formula is square root of chi-square divided by chi-square plus n. N is total number of values. And again, it varies between 0 and 1. Value near to 0 is near to 0 shows low association, and value near to 1 show high association. And 0 is no association, 1 is perfect association. Then we can also calculate Cramer's V. Cramer's V is phi. It is phi correlation coefficient divided by minimum of row and columns. Here row minus 1 and column minus 1 is same because row is 2 and column is 2, 1. So we have taken 1. And phi square we have calculated 0.333 over 1 under the root. And Cramer's V, it can also be calculated chi-square over n divided by minimum of row minus column. Row minus 1 and column minus 1. Again, the value is same because phi coefficient is chi-square over n. From that, we have derived this formula. Then lambda coefficient, it can be asymmetric and symmetric one. Asymmetric lambda, that in this case, we take one variable as a dependent variable and another variable as an independent variable. And we find out the association or prediction of that dependent variable depending upon the value of independent variable. And if we take the average of both asymmetric values in which dependent variable once is x and another, at the other time it is y, then it is called as symmetric lambda. That means it measures the improvement in prediction in both the direction. That is whether the dependent variable is x or the dependent variable is y. Any doubts?